Table 3, round 3. Let's do it.
Okay.
Table 3, round 3.
Oh no, I'm gonna embarrass myself because I don't know the Endor map.
Hey guys, you mind if we stream you? Sounds good? Okay, I'm gonna hang out on mute in here, so let me know if you need anything.
Alright, so we got a very interesting matchup here. So we got a 7 activation.
The commentary guy.
A 6 activation
just
Imperialist. Jessica, do you want to read off the Imperialist, which I believe is being run by... Is Matt or Jessica?
Oh, I love it! I love it! Matt is playing Imperials.
Beautiful.
Okay, we've got Vader, Thrawn. I love Thrawn. Such a nice mini as well. And we've got 2 sets of normal
there's
Imperial
face down
opposites.
parts to everybody, except for you guys.
Sorry, Noah?
Oh, you can have it open. Well, they might be giving it, like, play advice, so maybe don't listen to them.
Alright, he's talking recorded, to the players, so whether they should keep the stream open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because obviously if they hear us saying, oh, well, it would be great if Greedo does that, then that's, you know, kind of what it is.
Sorry, I was talking to the players.
Complete impartiality.
Cheers! Yeah, so Matt's got Vader, Thrawn, 2 officers, we've got 2 sets of elite riots, and it's unshakable Vader, driven by hatred, and we've got rule by fear.
Oh yeah, I just hate the look of that. It's such a cool and such a stable Imperialist, but it's tough to go up against. And on Jesse's side, we have 2 sets of elite Weequay pirates. We have Onarkoma, we have Greedo, we have Chopper, we have the Jawa and Elite Jawa, which is what I mean. We have C-3PO and Java. And rounding it out, we have Black Market and Doubt. Doubt definitely will not be as helpful in this matchup, as there are very few conditions going around. Black Market is always good. So, we've got 8 activations versus 6. But no big, you know, we got no queen pieces apart from, well, on the scum side, we've got Vader taking up a clear queen piece on the side of Empire. And, I mean, Chopper. Chopper is actually really devastating in this matchup, because who do you put on your terminal? Just sacrifice officers? It will not be easy. So Jessica, even though you haven't played much on this map, what would be your ideal opening if you were to go up against a scum list like this?
Oh dear. Okay. So, number 1, you want to get Thrawn somewhere where he could potentially take a shot later on, but you want him to get those surge tokens first. But you want to kind of tuck him in somewhere safe. Now, the issue with me is I'm overly aggressive with Vader, but I don't think that's actually usually the good play.
Yeah.
So with Vader, you want to kind of get him somewhere where he has those line of sight, so you can force choke, and you can kind of threaten to have him run up and hit your stuff. So you want to kind of position him so that he gets close enough where in one round, if you wanted to, you could run him up and, let's say, hit the weak ways. So you want to kind of leave that as a threat, but not necessarily actually do it. Unless the time is right. You kind of want to leave that until a little bit later in the game. Now, riots I usually like for doing the objectives because they are fairly cheap. They're pretty beefy for their points. So that's generally kind of what I'm thinking.
Very, very logical.
Alright, I'm back. Well, For a
Welcome
long
back,
time.
David.
It takes forever to wash your hands long enough. Okay. All you listeners out there, be careful with your health. Public
Indeed.
service announcement. I'm loving this matchup though. This is almost a classic Imperial assault matchup at this point. Double Weequays versus Vader Riots.
I was
Oh, yeah.
thinking that as well.
Completely
We've
agree.
already got a door open.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, definitely not pulling any punches there.
Yeah, so we've got Matt running up an officer and opening up a door very early, playing quite aggressively, leaving Vader open as a threat to kind of run in there and do some stiff. Or riots as well. Now, especially with this kind of area here in the middle where you've got this wall here, you can really get riots in and kind of just clog up lines of sight as well. So the weak ways, have more limited targets.
Exactly. What? Are dice already getting rolled? Oh, Weequay is advancing up and taking a shot at the officer.
Ooh.
My
Yeah, that
goodness.
officer did come up pretty far, and opening that door was a bold choice.
Yeah, but unfortunately missing range. He tried to make him reroll the defense die to see if he could make him lose the evade, but unfortunately that did not work. So the officer lives another day. And that Weequay is now ripe for picking by...
It's a very aggressive move.
Very aggressive. If that pays off for him. So the other Weequay then moves up 4 right next to the door and hides, which I think is a nice little defensive way to prepare.
Yeah, so we've got a focus on Greedo, and we've got a focus on one of the weak ways, the one hiding behind the door there.
Okay. Officer moving Vader up and advancing up to the turn.
We've got a question. What is the barracks on the map?
The barracks on the map is the single large tile in the middle. It's the large tile between the 2 doors.
And that's the one where you get a big pile of victory.
Exactly.
Ooh, dang, I didn't look at this one. 6 VPs. Oh, snap.
For the other shield generator.
Exactly. But also
Okay, the
something very...
objectives on it.
Yes, but what matters a lot with this is the wording. It says, if a player controls the barracks, he gains 6 victory points. Dot. Then, the player controls the shield. Which means, whoever is holding the barracks is going to get the points before his opponent does. So if it gets really tight at the end of the game...
Right, yes, got it. Yeah,
Yes.
one is a priority over the other. Yeah, so on this map, I would say that I would feel very confident playing Vader Riots on this one, where the objectives are really important, especially against long-range snipers like Weequays, because you don't want the Weequays moving up forward to hold the objectives. But you do have to be careful, because if it goes to late rounds and you've gotten your figures picked off because the snipers have been really carefully taking their shots,
100%.
all right, so we've got Riots moving up position into the barracks area, ready to hold that area there. Now, I'm scared of that door opening.
Yeah.
The one right above that Weequay 1A.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know which side I'm scared for. I'm just scared for both of them.
I mean, we know it's going to be an incredibly bloody time the second that door gets open. I honestly think it is probably... I don't know. On one hand, I want to say that it would be in the best interest of the Scum player. So Jesse's playing Scum, isn't he?
Yes.
Cool. So it would probably be in Jesse's best interest to open the door, because Jesse gets to get a bunch of shots in on the rights. On the other hand, Vader is then going to pretty easily, as long as he has some movement cards, can just run up and just slice that poor Weequay to pieces. And that's not really what you want.
And we've got an unshakable Vader here. So he will likely be running the full parting blow carnage package.
Exactly. Which is pretty scary for Weequays who just die to Vader very easily. Very.
Also, another note is that Jesse is running Doubt, so he does have that possibility of stripping the block tokens or any kind of tokens that Thrawn gives out from Matt's
Very
figures
true.
as well. So that's going to be pretty big, I think.
Very true.
Have you already talked about the list for kind of newer players, how they work?
I
I
talked
think we
through the
touched on
Vader
it.
list.
Yeah, I don't think we did much about the mercenary list, but I can go through that quickly, unless you want to do that, David?
Oh, go for it.
So, usually the reason a lot of people gravitate towards the double Weequay lists is just the raw consistency. Weequays are definitely among the best figures in the game for their points. For 14 points, you're getting 4 Weequay pirates, and they are among the best snipers in the game. I won't call them the best, because the Rangers are the best snipers in the game. But, you know, they hit far, they do a ton of damage. But the thing that makes them so powerful as well are their keywords. You got the Hunter and Smuggler, so they can on the lam, so they're actually more survivable than the Rangers, even though they have less health. Then you round that out with Onar and Greedo, which are more Smugglers, more Hunters, so you get amazing consistency that way. And then Jabba just rounds it all out with every time one of your Weequays or anyone else kills a figure, you get some extra points. And it's just a very efficient list, which is pretty difficult to out. It's difficult to out synergize. It's one of the most well-designed lists in the way that everything works together like a fine-tuned clock. But the difference
Yeah,
between
and
this
I
list and other
think
lists,
that's very obvious when you look at the amount of support it has, right? Because you can get away with Jabba, Jawa, Chopper, or Gideon is also popular because the synergy with your shooters is so good, and they're kind of easy to keep alive if you try fairly hard, that you can afford this big support.
exactly. Yeah, this is looking like a really brutal game so far. Even though nothing has happened, just seeing all those riots together in that one big room, it hurts my soul.
Now, I think what's really interesting here is Thrawn being moved that far forward. I would be pretty scared to move Thrawn forward because, you know, I'm bad at positioning. But actually, Thrawn hits pretty hard. Oh, and we've got a take initiative coming out.
Yes, so Chopper moved up and system shocked the officer, meaning he took 2 damage in a strain, and so that he would stay alive, he opted to take the strain as a card, and was unlucky enough to get rid of take initiative, which is huge.
Now, the take initiative card by itself isn't always so useful, but knowing that it's out, that information advantage is huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and here comes Vader.
Did Vader play urgency, or was that a different Imperial figure? Or he might have just double moved, playing
I
for
think
the
he
underground
just
stuff.
double moved.
Yeah.
Running
Yeah.
up there.
Oh, so he's reconsidering.
Teleporting back. No, the force powers of rewind.
Wow, very aggressive play early.
Very aggressive. I mean, depending on what
Ooh.
Jesse has in his hand right now, both of those Weequays are going to get attacks off on Vader. Oh!
Oh, here
Uh-oh.
comes looking for a fight.
Yeah.
I love it.
So looking for a fight allows you to push an adjacent figure and you gain a damage power token. The reason this is so
And it looks
impactful...
like he's got a surge token from Thrawn as well.
Yes. And Potterware comes out. So for any new listeners, that is exactly the combo that Vader does with when he's got Unshakable. he plays either looking for a fight or dark energy to push a figure one space, then plays unshakable. He then plays parting blow to attack them. Then at the start of his next activation, just plays unshakable.
Oh, did you see these dice rolls here? We've got damage on the red dice, 2 damage on the yellow. This is crazy. So early, so painful. Amazing.
That's
And he's got
ridiculous.
+2 from Vader's built-in 1, and the +1 damage token as well.
Oh my god. So was he attacking Ona? Yes, he. Oh my.
Yes.
9 damage on Ona immediately. My
Wow.
god. So, interesting thing to consider now, however, is that Vader won't be able to perform his end of round attack due to being stunned. I don't think that matters, because he's going to get a choke off. Or no, actually, it does matter because he could potentially kill Ona with that attack. So.
All right, we've got Weequay
unfortunate.
coming up here and attacking Vader.
Indeed. So Weequay might want to make Vader. Oh, Weequay makes Vader reroll his 2, turns it into a 3. That's painful.
Oh, we've got it
Weequay?
hard.
Yeah.
Tough luck, tough luck.
Tough luck coming out, going to the 3. Very good choice. Which
Now
is looking like
Defender's
4
reroll?
yeah, he did reroll.
He did reroll already.
Yeah, and reroll back into the 1. Okay, so some nice damage on the first Weequay shot. We'll see if the second Weequay is able to get there as well. Do some damage. Ooh,
Wow, this got
game's gonna be
bloody
over quickly.
really quickly.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's really interesting because there's kind of this tactical choice with Vader games. So in some games, the opponent elects not to touch Vader because it's a lot of investment and he might be able to get away. But I think because Matt has moved forward so aggressively so early, Jesse kind of almost has to because it's such a good opportunity
Exactly.
there. We'll see how it plays.
So
the
Jesse
other
played
Weequay
tools for-
plays tools.
Yes.
But rolls a 1 damage on that extra red die.
Oh,
But
and look
Vader
at that
has
block.
rolled
5.
very well for defense. Okay, so he opts to make it force his defender to reroll instead of rerolling his own die, which, you know, it makes sense. Because you're almost guaranteed to do worse on the black, but you're not guaranteed to do better on the red. Right. Although I suppose the odds are the same. But the black has more size. I'm not sure what the odds are as well. But he did that anyway. So 2 damage
I
going
think
to hit it.
Point banners.
the black was slightly better because of the evade side, since he didn't have any.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Surges.
Very true, yeah. Good point.
Alright, so we've got 6 damage onto Vader, yeah.
Yeah. I really hope that we don't see a Grenadier come out, or maybe I do hope, but it would just be so painful just seeing a Grenadier go on all those Weequays.
Okay, the question is it worth it if Vader is there?
In exchange for 3 Weequays? Probably. If you have a Dying Lunge in hand, definitely yes.
Alright, so points are coming out. Greedo took that shield generator, and the Empire, you know, the Riot Troopers basically live in that barracks right now.
Yes.
Totally makes sense. That's their barracks. They've just gone back to bed.
Indeed. Exactly. Okay, so card getting played. There's probably Black Market coming out there for Jesse. Looks like he doesn't buy it. Interesting. Oh, he sells negation for a point. That is true because Max
Take
did
initiative
lose
is
his
gone.
tape. Yeah.
Yeah, so urgency, take initiative, and looking for a fight are out, which are big targets.
I mean,
that negation.
those are basically the only zeros you really, really want to get rid of. I mean, obviously element and stuff is annoying, but you don't have that many white die figures to make it.
Planning for Empire is pretty high priority for negation.
Alright.
So who's got initiative? I think a Force Choke came out on Onar, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, so we've got 6 damage on Vader, 12 damage on that Onar. So that Onar is looking really hurt there. And the Riots and Thrawn there in the middle looking really helpful.
Very threatening. Reinforce. Was that discarded with the strain from Force Choke? Because you can't place reinforcements.
Yes, I think.
Oh no, Vader's activating, so that was the strain off of
Unshakable.
Unshakable, indeed.
You take one strain and get rid of that stuns.
Yes.
Go
right.
crazy.
Okay, so it looks like so Vader proceeds to choke Ona, leaving him on
Oh,
1 health,
here's the
and Dark Energy finishes the job. Which means very quickly, Matt has taken out one of the toughest mercenary units, and Vader still has an action left.
Will be to cut a Weequay in half.
Yeah, I mean, he could pretty easily slice Weequay here. Chop, chop, slip, slice.
Yeah, I always get so scared when Vader is standing next to a Weequay or something.
Okay, well, that's a dead Weequay. There's a chance of Lamb, I guess, but even with Lamb, you could probably parting blow and take him out.
So Vader hits that Weequay for a
All
huge
the
amount of
damage.
damage. On the Lamb comes out. Weequay runs away.
So let's see if parting blow gets played to counter it. It
Yep,
does.
and there
Oh
is
my
the-
goodness.
There it is. Oh, I love Vader so much.
Ooh. So there's the parting
Oof.
blow.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So that'll take out that Weequay.
So impressive.
Vader does not have any more parting blows, at least. But
That's
there
definitely
are-
silver lining.
there are not so many shooters remaining as well.
Indeed. And Unshakable has been exhausted, so couldn't get rid of the stun again. But he's obviously still going to get his choke. But yeah, this is looking very painful for Jesse. He's lost.
I wouldn't count Jesse out though,
No.
because you can definitely take Vader out. Like, he's not unkillable. So we've got a focused Weequay still to go. We've still got one other Weequay. We've got a focused Greedo, but he is pretty out of position to get a shot at.
Yes.
I think
We do have an extra
Greedo.
shot as well.
Yeah, I think Greedo will do well against Riots generally because they don't get to whack him first before he shoots them.
Right, exactly.
Very good point. Right, so we got one of the Weequay groups going. So one's going. Oh,
got the door
wow.
opening. What's going on now? Okay, we got
Very
this
aggressive.
Weequay. What's that focused Weequay gonna do now?
So yeah. Okay, so it looks like he's shooting one of the Riots. Not sure which. They haven't specified that. But a good roll. Very, very good roll. Looking at 7 damage PS1. 6 damage going through, which is not bad at all.
Cards. It is very scary to be spending command cards on things other than Vader if you want to kill Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
This gotta be a really tough choice.
Yeah. Although, I mean, at this point, when you've lost Onar and a Weequay, can you kill Vader? I mean, that is a question. Can you do it without Onar?
Exactly. Yeah, so we've got 6 damage going on to that Riot.
Indeed.
Now, see, this is why Riots are so strong. They're not that expensive, and they do soak up a lot of hits. You can see that was a focus Weequay, and it survived.
Yeah.
Now, generally speaking, though, I don't tend to run elite Riot troopers. I like the really cheap and efficient points for the normal Riots. But you can definitely the elite Riots will stick around longer.
Absolutely.
Alright, so one more attack.
Oh, so it looks like that riot was defeated. Where did that extra damage come from? Or was it another shot?
It was the other Weequay.
Got it.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Right.
2 Weequays going after Riots. Does this mean that shooting Vader is no longer the game?
It looks like it, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's little you can stop Vader from doing now because he's done both of his parting blow combos. He's done his dark energy. He's done his looking for a fight. Now Vader's basically just going to go up and kill a Weequay around, which is still really scary. But
Now the Riots are activating and swinging at. They actually do quite a lot of damage with their reroll and forcing you to take another strain out.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like the strain against a hunter list especially is really painful.
Ooh,
whoops.
so that strain has hit heightened reflexes.
Yeah, that's huge. An accidental reveal of the cards as well. Just hope that Matt didn't see that. Oof. Oh,
Ooh.
and a Grenadier coming out. That is definitely going to kill the Weequay. I mean, you can't roll a 0 on a red. So presumably it'll be thrown to hit 3PO and the Weequay. Ouch.
Yeah, Matt is looking in really good shape right now.
He is looking very strong.
Being able to kill Onar so early and getting off both parting blows is incredible.
Yeah, I think moving around to that corridor was probably a little bit too aggressive on Jesse's part. Oh, a dodge on 3PO though. That is huge. That is very, very big. Very nice.
So we
3PO
were
is
kind
staying
of
alive.
wondering about how aggressive Matt was playing with Vader, but if you're sitting with 2 parting blows in your starting hand, that kind of explains why he ran up there.
Yeah, I mean,
And remember,
in his first 10, no, actually not in his first 10. In his first
remember
9
he
cards.
played both Dark Energy and Looking for a Fight as well, so he had the full combo to go with those parts.
Exactly.
Yeah, insane. Absolutely insane. And the amount of resources that Jesse has used or lost on the Lamb is gone to no effect. Heightened Reflexes has been used or has been discarded. Tough Luck has been used but doesn't matter anymore because you're not going to kill Vader. He's now attacking the Riots instead. Tools has been used to attack Vader and that didn't do anything. This is going to be very difficult for Jesse to pull back out of this. Because Matt has lost nothing. He's lost a Riot. He's got reinforcements. This is very,
and the
very
thing
painful.
is, though, when you lose Riots, you know you're going to lose Riots. So it's not a shock that you lose them as like that's part of the play is you soaking up hits. So I think losing a Riot is not necessarily seen as negative. It's like, oh, they did their job.
Exactly. Oh,
Ooh,
Greedo
Greedo's
running up.
coming up here, taking a shot at Thrawn.
Probably not. If you would attack Thrawn, you'd probably be one space further down to stop the. Yes, probably attacking the other Riot just to stop the whole reinforcements.
Yeah,
to
the Riot behind.
Yeah. So looking like a solid 6 damage. Curious. You probably don't play Assassinate at this point because you've got the other Weequay who can move up and take the kill.
It's a little bit risky. That Riot could then run away, wait to be reinforced.
That is true. He hasn't activated yet. I'll think about that.
Yeah, see, so look at the tankiness of these Riots. Like it's still one off from.
And usually a focused Greedo shot with that kind of roll is very scary. That Riot has 1 hit point left, and his Riot partner is dead, but has not
Indeed.
activated.
Yeah. So at this point, you probably just retreat with him, because you do not want you don't really want to lose him, do you? Okay, so officer activating. That's interesting.
On the other hand, you just let that Weequay come up and shoot the Riot. The Weequay is very much in range of being destroyed by Vader.
Hmm. The nice thing now is that Greedo has, effectively, at least for now, stopped the Empire from getting those extra 6 points into the round. Okay, so Weequay going, moving up, possibly attacking that Riot. You probably really want to get rid of that Riot. Yep, attacking the Riot, killing
That'll-
it.
That'll do it.
You have 3 points and stopping reinforcements, which at this point is actually very, very important. Because now if those 2 Weequays and Chopper and the others can kill the other 2 Riots, then suddenly, if you can... okay, then it's just Vader. Vader in big quotes.
And we've got that extra bump.
Right.
Mm.
And something
Yeah.
like a first
Yeah.
activation Weequay Greedo strength in numbers could still have enough of it.
Oh, for sure. I don't think Jesse's been counting his Jabba points, though. Oh, no, yes, kills are on 8. I thought they were on 6. Very nice.
7 short.
Oh, Thrawn getting rid of Assassinate.
Oh, that.
Oh.
The command cards that have been spent on the mercenary side are looking quite scary. Tools for the job, assassinate, tough luck, heightened reflexes on the
Yeah.
lamb.
All the best cards have been taken out. That's painful. That's very, very painful. Well, Foresee being played, so Thrawn is going to be able to get rid of another card. Also very painful.
What will it be?
That is the question. Orient. Is he discarding his Orient? Yes, he is. Interesting.
Because he can draw another card from Foresee.
Very true. Very true. And the other card might have been something like Planning, which isn't going to help him at all now.
Right.
Yeah, so this matchup with the strain from Riots and the card dump from Thrawn is really good.
Yes. Absolutely. And the close range and line of sight blocking terrain is very tough. This is definitely a very good map for Vader, without a doubt.
I think it's quite likely that 3PO Chopper could kill another Riot.
Possibly, yeah.
So it is still fairly close.
So
Yeah, the issue as well with Riots is that once you start losing them, and they will go down, you have a lot less flexibility in the things that you can do. You can't.
exactly. So Thrawn taking a shot into one of the Weekways, doing 5 damage, which means it's dead at the end of Vader's Force Choke at this round. So that is definitely going to hit him hard.
But Vader is stunned at the moment.
He can still
Yeah, but
force
force
choke.
choke is just a special action. It's not an attack or a move.
Ah, right.
But yeah, no, you're definitely right. With Chopper could now get rid of the next.
So there we go. 3PO focusing Chopper. Who is?
Although I mean, at this point, if you're Jesse, you don't want to kill that right. You just want to leave him at almost alive because you don't want it coming back at full health. You know. At this point, you would probably want to deal 6 damage to it, so that next turn you can go with, say, you can go with Chopper and just attack him, and then maybe ram the officer to kill him next round.
Right, that officer is sitting at 1 health.
Indeed.
I think it's quite a tough call though, because he almost cannot activate Chopper first next round. If he does, Vader will have his way with the other.
That is true. That is very true.
He will choke one to death at the end of the round, and then unshakable and stroll up to the last one.
Yeah. Oof. This is a brutal game.
Are we on the next round? Not yet. There's still Chopper and
Yep.
the Jawa.
Oh. Yep, that's going to be interesting. He can go run up and grab that shield generator. Which is a nice little buff of extra 4 points.
Right, and the barracks is contested at this point.
Exactly. There'll be definitely a nice buff for Jesse, grabbing an extra 4 points. Because then if he can just kill those riots, I don't see how killing Vader is an option, but if you can just
Yeah,
outrun
there's
them-
the Jawa going to sit at the shield generator.
Very good, very good.
I think because he's got Jabba, the officers being taken out is also quite an
That's
very
true.
All right,
All
but
right,
interestingly enough,
officer being
now,
activated.
yeah, the officer could now move up 4 and move the riot away from being rammed and attacked. If he wants to do that, maybe he does want to try and see it die, so that he can then reinforce it. But
Moving up to green.
interesting.
He does now. Yeah. He could stun Greedo.
Don't think they have. It's the elite officer that has a search for stun, and there's a dodge anyway.
Oh, die.
Dodge.
Good old dodge.
But now also the officer is standing next to the riot, so can.
Very true.
That's true. Okay, so what will Chopper do?
Oh, here.
Oh, he's going for the other one. Oh, element coming
Oh, he's
out.
going for an attack with L.
Can't kill him, but he can definitely do some significant damage. Which is probably good, because you probably don't want to kill him at this point. Oof.
Oh, nice.
Indeed. That is the 6 damage. Still alive.
I don't know. You could have positioning advantage, you know.
Very true.
Oh, is that a melee?
It is a melee attack. But he could play positioning. I probably wouldn't. I guess then Zillow would come into play.
Right.
Now the issue is the defender add blocks after
Yeah.
that adding. So 6 on that right, as Isaac's not killing it, but that probably was the
That was a really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chopper
That's
is
definitely what you need,
extremely
Chopper.
violent.
Brutal bastard.
Either, in Spectre Cell or out of Spectre Cell. You need to watch him.
100%. So Jesse getting the extra 4 points from the shield generator, which is very nice.
Yeah, and there we have that Weequay getting.
Yep.
Right, so Vader in that sniper corridor chokes out a Weequay, but cannot move or anything.
All right, that's end of round. We've got Matt up by 7.
And no cards remaining for Black Market.
All right. Well, initially going to Jesse, which is definitely going to help. And yeah, I mean, Jesse, you said it completely correctly. You have to go with the weak way here. Because Vader's absolutely going to just move up and slice into smithereens. There's not much else to say about it.
Unless he surprisingly has something like run for cover.
Stranger things have happened.
On the other hand, that chopper taking out both a riot and an officer is also quite attractive.
Yes. Very true. That would be an extra 7 points if that happens. Which would take them back to even. So Jessica, at this point, if you were the Vader player, would you at all consider with Vader and running Jabba just because he is such a points bank?
Sorry, say again, you cut out.
So if you were in Matt's position at this point, would you consider using Vader to run after Jabba, or would you move him away from Jabba and just go for the guys like
Personally, I would go after the Weequays because Jabba is less of a threat, and if he has no more attackers, the Hunter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, so here comes Greedo with a smuggled supplies.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Which unfortunately doesn't help him because he oversurged.
Vader.
Ooh, and that the 4.
Yeah, it's looking like 2 damage and bleed going through, which is not what he needed. But I mean, just like you said, there's very likely a strength in numbers coming out now as well.
Positioning advantage.
Okay, so 3 damage. It's a little bit more.
3 damage and I mean, bleed on Vader is kind of interesting. Really.
It is, because you could only get rid of stun. Because obviously you're going to get rid of stun. There is a chance, of course, that he's got a card, such as Price of Glory. Yeah, to get rid of another one.
Oh, and Vader's dead. Just kidding. Where did he go?
I look away for 1 second.
I don't know what just happened.
He's gotten a new force power.
He's gone invisible.
Yeah, Vader was accidentally moved onto Matt's player screen.
So the riots are active. And I'm assuming it's that top riot attacking Chopper. If you can take out Chopper, then that riot and officer are a bit more safe.
Yeah, we've got these riots being scary.
Second
Ooh,
right.
rolling 5 damage
Interesting
on
that
the
Vader
riot.
didn't go to
Well,
clear out
Vader
the Weequay.
left the battlefield already. He ran out of time. So this other riot is now hitting Greedo for 4 plus another strain. So it'll actually be 5 since there are no cards
Right.
and a weaken.
Ouch.
Oh, Vader has returned. Now there's 2 Vaders.
Oh
This is
no!
getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Right, there's Vader.
There we go.
Interestingly, Vader could just choke Greedo to death as well.
That is true. But then again, you could always do that end of round.
End of round, right?
Yeah, and Greedo's already activated, but the Weequay hasn't.
Hmm.
But I mean, it should now.
This seems quite tough for the mercenaries to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know though. If he manages to defeat Vader, I mean, that's a lot of.
Yeah, the question is just how.
That's true.
Because he's lost all of his hunters. Greedo's going to die
Yeah.
at the end of the round. The Weequay is going to be killed by Vader.
The Weequay could activate and shoot Vader. So in terms of cards, he could still have primary target.
That is true. Yeah, if he's got primary targets, let's say he gets a perfect roll of roll 6 on all of his dice.
I think there are still a few combos
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah, definitely.
The game isn't completely over yet. It's not over
Primary
until the
target,
hands are
wild
shook.
attack. That would have a okay. 3 greens and a red.
Let's see what happens.
So the Thrawn is a problem still.
Yeah.
He's kind of not so hard to kill.
Oh, here's the Weequays.
Oh, running away from Vader. Very wise. He attacking the officer.
The officer blanks.
Okay.
So 3 more points. All right.
So the officer could now go use Unshakable on his activation, move Vader to you, and then now Vader will be able to reach the Weequay from there. So will probably be the way to seal the deal.
My instinct actually would have been Thrawn and officers killing the Weequay. Vader just choking Greedo.
Vader's still going to choke Greedo in the round, though.
Oh, that's true.
Although Jabba has yet to activate. So there's always the movement after order hit. We have to remember.
All right, so we've got Thrawn activating, putting some tokens on.
Defense token. One block and one damage token gone onto Vader.
Yep. Block damage.
Block damage, stunned, bleeding. He's taken 9.
Oh, taking a
That is not the best Thrawn roll, but looks somehow very familiar to me.
But he does have the 2 surges needed for that +3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is enough to take him out.
That will do it.
He'll probably get his parting shot, but it's getting on the officer. It's not a bad idea. It's just more points.
Yeah. So that is another officer down. But also Greedoed.
Yeah.
Game.
Okay.
Let's show
So
that
there
Vader's
goes
still
Greedo.
got it.
There goes officer. And Vader has not activated. Is that right?
No.
What's interesting is that Vader will have to take a couple of damage.
All right, we've got this Jawa coming up and taking a shot. Oh, but a 3 block.
Ugh,
Ooh.
4 block with the
4 block.
built-in block.
my goodness.
So that Riot survives on 1 health.
Yeah.
Is he, it's like he's bargaining. Gaining 1 victory point there. And we've just got 3PO and Jabba against Vader's final active.
Now, interestingly, because that Jawa is moved, it's moved away from the shield generator. So that'll be giving up points at the end of the round. But we still have the possibility of 3PO going up and getting that shield generator.
Yeah, I think he must realize that Weequay is probably dead. So hanging on to the shield generator and giving up 6 points in the middle is worse.
Right.
All right, so Vader coming in with a death blow on that final Weequay.
So interestingly, both times Unshakable used, reinforcements strained away both times.
That's interesting. Oh, that is with a +4 damage. And
Oof.
that'll get him.
Woof.
It looks like
Brutal.
the game's being called. Potentially.
Right, and then 3PO goes for the 4 victory points.
Hmm.
Is there any way to kill Vader? He should have taken two damage from the move and the attack.
Mm.
For the bleeding, yeah.
Right. He
Yeah, 'cause
actually has.
he had cards in his deck, so he strained them away.
Ah, did he?
Right, yeah. I'm assuming that was a Jabba ordering a hit with the Jawa.
Looks like it.
Who
Attacking
has
the
killed
riot.
that riot?
Ah, that's nice.
And that Jawa is contesting the barracks right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That Jawa is a hero.
But at
He
this
also
point,
bargained for a couple of points.
yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, Vader just moves up, chokes, chokes the Jawa, cards in his deck. So then, at the start of next round, Vader chokes again to kill the Jawa, and that is unfortunately a game. Well, not unfortunately. I mean, it's definitely very well played on Matt's part, and Jesse's as well. It's tough. It's a tough
Okay, so
situation when Vader runs in your face and you lose.
He took
Yeah, I
You lose all
think
of your hunter cards.
Oh, and there's the celebration. So instead of going for the Jawa, he managed to get line of sight to 3PO, finished him off, and
Oh wow!
celebrated. And that'll take him over 40.
nicely played, nicely played. Really aggressive Imperial play there, but it paid off. Having that combo really early on, amazing. I think that two parting blow so early on really put Jesse on the back foot. He had a chance, but he was always playing that just a little bit behind.
Exactly.
Yeah, Vader getting off so many attacks is really hard to
That was
deal with.
insane to watch.
Yeah, and I mean the rolls on those were really good as well. The red die that Matt was rolling really hot. Oh, good game.
Very good.
All right, and
Oof.
that was game 3.
Indeed. Round 3 up. I believe we're doing 5 Swiss and top 8 cuts, aren't we?
I think so. And I think we actually have a break coming up.
Excellent, because I could use dinner.
Yes, so it's 5 rounds of Swiss. We're doing a top 8 cut, but we're gonna only do the top 8 today, and then we're gonna let the top 4 play on their own time. So, I'm gonna hang up there.
That makes sense.
So, should we got like 13 minutes left in the round. Do you guys want to hop around and find another match to watch?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure.
Alright, let's see who else.
So which match do we want to watch the last 15 minutes?
Yeah. Well, let's go to table 9. Ryan Janway's playing Average Joe Gamer.
Oops.
Pop in.
Which table is that?
Table 9.
Table 9.
Oops, I'm on table 16.
Oh.
Whoa, very low VP game.
Yeah. This game isn't even close to finishing.
Well, it is the same amount of close to finishing as all the others because we have a time limit.
True. Ah, so this is showing us a layer box list. Very interesting. Jess, do you want to read out the layer box list for us?
All right, we've got Han Solo, Leia, Hera, MHD, R2, Smuggler, Gideon, 3PO. That's a lot of activations. A lot of support here.
And it looks like he has another smuggler as well, one of which just died. So it looks like he's actually at 9 activations.
And something that's flipped over. Doubt?
I think it's 3PO. No, 3PO's up. Just kidding.
No, I meant the upgrade to the right of R2. Right, so
Yeah, must be doubt.
for extra armor, there are a lot of options. But I have no idea what's going on. Apparently Leia's shooting at Han, though.
What? How could you?
Because there's another Han standing next to her. Which I assume...
Imposter!
Who's the real lover?
Yeah, so this list is quite similar to, in spirit, to the robot box, or the droid box, that relies more on Han and Leia.
Very true. It's interesting. Really interesting. I mean, a Han mirror. It's not a complete mirror, but close enough that I would, you know. It's practically the exact same list, except you're trading Leia and MHD and the smugglers for Drock and Sabine. It's very interesting. Yeah, and this is a matchup between two very, very strong players as well. We got Joe versus Ryan Janeway. So this is definitely a clash of the titans right here.
I think this map is actually quite good for box because of that centralized massive points.
100%.
And not only can you control it away, but you can actually shoot the other smaller objective from the same area.
Exactly. Very nice. But now it looks like both of the Endor missions are both out. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects the rest of the 2 rounds of Swiss that we have. So we have both of the Moles missions to do. And we have the other...
One more Tarkin.
Exactly.
The Tarkin Rogue AI.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I do not want to go up against Jawa Swarm in that one. That would not be very fun. I don't mind.
What is the most popular faction? Good question. My statistics gathering is not great.
From what I've seen, it looks like it's Rebels. If you're referring to in this particular tournament. Yeah, I would think Rebels. But interesting. So Han just taken out by Joe. It's a huge swing, and now that I look at it, Joe has 16 objective points, which is pretty crazy.
So I actually have the
on this map, it's actually not so many 6 objectives. It could just be 1.5 turns rolling the middle.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it looks like Joe has been able to control the board state very, very well.
Definitely.
And I mean, Leia and Han just standing there together just looks brutal. Because, you know, you can't attack them, but during Leia's activation, she's going to make herself and Han attack someone. It's crazy. Very cool. Very cool.
So we actually have the list from today's tournament if you guys want to know.
You have the list breakdowns?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Make sure I'm muted.
Oh yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so I've got 30 out of 32 lists that were submitted as of round 2, and I was just breaking them down. So we've got 8 Empire players, 9 Rebel players, and 12 Scum players.
Huh, okay. So looks like Mercenaries is the most common
And I can
faction.
give you some more stats. We've got 2 Spectre cells out of the 9 Rebels. 6 out of the 9 are playing Han Solo. And 3 are actually playing Chewbacca. For Scum, out of the 12, there's 9 Jabbas and 2 IGs, and 4 lists playing Weekways. And out of the 8 Empire lists, 7 are playing Vader, and 7 are playing Thrawn. And the only Empire player not playing Thrawn is Alistair.
Good old Alistair.
He's got something else better than Thrawn, maybe.
Yeah. As we all know, the Claudite clearly outperforms Thrawn every single way.
All right, so we are coming to the end of this round in 5 minutes.
Okay. I mean, it looks like Joe has a pretty tight vice grip on this one. I would be very surprised to see Janeway
Were there any Palpatines?
going up 22 points in time.
I didn't see any Palp.
Yeah, there's a few Palpatines.
Oh, 2?
There's a few.
A few. Very.
I know Kyle's probably running Palp. We've got 1 by Karn. Tuca's running Palpatine. So I think we have 3. Yeah, I think we have 3 Palpatines.
3 Palpatines. Uh-huh.
And also in the game, we've got Dracata moving up, playing Arching Shot to try and finish off the layer. Arching Shot, obviously, for anyone who isn't aware, allows you to attack someone you don't have direct line of sight to by targeting a space adjacent. Even though layer's around the corner, Dracata moves up with an Arching Shot. And the die roll looks like she's been taken care of. So unless Joe happens to have miracle work on hand, it would appear that Leia has sung her last huzzah.
Well, since we were talking about Palpatine, he's got a new theme song.
Indeed. Shameless plug, be sure to look up Built on Notes on YouTube.
Oh, and here comes the celebration.
Indeed. 12 points. It helps, but he's still down by 10, so he'll... I don't know. I mean, he still has Sabine to go, I think. Sabine can do really horrible things when she feels like it.
Yes, but to what?
That is the question. I mean, she could kill a smuggler and hold the shield generator. That would be 6 points. And then if Hera maybe manages to move up and kill 3PO, then that's an extra 2 points. Still only 8. Oh. Gotta bring it up. Looks like Janeway strains away on the lamb. But I mean, that doesn't really matter too much anymore now that Han is dead. But obviously, it means Hera is at risk.
So Arvadas is asking if we think these list breakdowns would be similar to World. An interesting question.
It's very interesting because on one hand, we've obviously got less players than we would have had at Worlds.
We are missing a couple of very prominent players like Arvadas himself.
Indeed.
Luke is not playing today either. Obviously,
Exactly.
you and I are not playing. So there's quite a big shift, actually, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. But as for the if we assume that the percentages would be the same, I don't think they would. I think a lot of players today are gravitating more towards, well, what do I want to run, rather than what is going to be the best. Because this is more of it's not a casual event, but it's not Worlds. So a lot of people, I think, will be more likely to just play something a little more casual.
I do know a couple of people who changed the list they were going to play now that they didn't have to fly halfway around the world and pay for a hotel.
Yeah.
There was this sense that if you're going all the way to Adepticon, you had to try really, really, really hard.
Exactly.
At the cost
Which
of,
I mean,
yeah.
Which makes sense, So obviously, that's a lot of money you're spending. It's a lot of energy you're using to get there.
There is some sort of noise. I assume that's the end of the round.
Would it feel like it?
All right. Yes, that was a timer going off somehow that I didn't know I had, marking the end of this game. So there will be 10 more minutes remaining for them to finish up this round, please.
Indeed. And 30 minutes after the final game finishes, we will be having about a 30-minute break. Well, no, when the last game finishes, we'll be having about a 30-minute break. Before we get moving with round 4.
All right.
Seems to be a blast. But yeah, so if that was time on the round, in this matchup, so for anyone who didn't see that, a smuggler moved up playing Set for Stun on Sabine, stopping her from moving to the generator and killing a figure, which is pretty big at this point, which I think solidifies it pretty strongly as a win for Joe. There is always the chance that he could have something up his sleeve, but it does look like they're going to another round. I'll see. Joe is currently up by 10 points.
It seems really tough to get more than 10 points here, though.
Yeah, I think so.
The obvious one is if Han somehow falls over and dies.
Well, I mean, you've got Hera. Let's say you play Tools with a focused Hera. The max damage you could do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Hera could one-shot Han at this point. If you have Tools.
Or maybe more realistically, that Sabine is stunned.
Yeah, exactly. So, the smuggler played Set for Stun on Sabine.
Yeah, and
so at
Heart
this
of
point,
Freedom
the only
out.
way for him to take the win, I think, would be if Hera manages to one-shot Han. I mean, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened.
Indeed. All right, Sabine. Something is clear stun.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if she cracks a pot shot on MHD or whether she grabs the generator. Starts by throwing a grenade. Right to the smuggler. Makes sense. Some extra damage. 2. Nice. Okay, she is then using Tools for the Job. It looks like he isn't banking on the Hera Tools for the Job attacking Han to kill him. But Sabine is using Tools to attack MHD, which is a range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shot, because you walk the closest distance, so he doesn't count line of sight, he doesn't count range around the corner. 7
I think
spaces.
that's a pretty doable shot,
Yeah,
depending on which dice
correct.
is added object.
Yeah, you are focused, so you're guaranteed a minimum of 5. Okay, I think the blue does guarantee the range, but does damage your this
Ooh.
damage. Not a great roll though. So we're looking at 5 damage going
Five
through.
damage.
Right.
Assassinate would do it. I haven't looked at cards.
I mean, he could have assassinate. Seen stranger things.
Cards in deck 7.
Ah, Chris. So apparently he won his last game because Ezra rolled 3 dodges. Ah, Chris. No, but still, congratulations, buddy. Sure,
It's alright. Spectre Cell is the hero we deserve.
Alright, well, MHG healing himself and moving up. Hiding in his deployment zone, which makes a lot of sense.
Right, so there is still Gideon Hera. Speculation? I would say Gideon goes to the shield generator and tries to kill off that, shooting his gun.
I mean, it depends on what cards he has in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, Hera could go up and kill 3PO, and that would help her points generation a bit. But an important thing to keep in mind is that Han has still not activated for Joe, which
That's
probably
right.
means that Dracata is going down. Between a focus shot and an end of round shot, that is probably Dracata done with.
The Gideon can also refocus Han for the end.
Very true.
Yeah, very scary. Han is just so slippery, does respectively large amount of damage.
Yeah. No,
So
absolutely.
we've got Hera stepping out for shot. Dracata.
Nice shot there. 3 damage going through.
Yeah, not too bad. I am very glad you had an interesting match. Of course, Noah did most of the work for this. We are just around today.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm glad you had a good time, Amelia. I mean, Imperial Assault events are always so much fun. It's, yeah. It's a fun game.
Let's Dracata on 4. I think Han will probably finish Drac off.
I would be very surprised if a focused Han failed to do 4 damage.
Yeah.
Also, welcome to the channel, Fred. Great to see more players interested in Imperial Assault.
Oof.
Right, so some dice being rolled.
Blank white die.
Yeah. Yeah, need that dodge there. I mean,
So
that'll definitely get him.
that is the end of Dracata.
dodge wouldn't have worked anyway. Oh wait, no, it's Drokata, not Chewie.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, exactly. That was just a stealth tactics. And welcome to the stream, Joey.
Hello.
How are you? How have you been doing so far in the tournament?
Well, I slept through the first round and then I won the next two.
Sounds
Classic
like
Joey.
a good strategy.
Right?
And by slept, I'm assuming you had a bye and didn't need to wake up time?
No, I didn't have a bye. I just miscalculated time zone differences and when I actually needed to wake up.
Oops.
Oh, Joey.
But it's okay.
There goes Gideon killing that smuggler and taking over the shield generator.
Mhm. So what are you running today, Joey?
I am running an Imperial vehicle heavies list.
I love it.
Yes.
Sounds
Well,
fun.
So
That's
I'm guessing
all I'm
you're
gonna
the
say.
DP and jets? Or is that a secret?
I mean, it's not really a secret, but yeah, basically.
I think it's,
Awesome.
it's all repulsor tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
You caught me.
Running 2 tanks and 2 DPs.
I've run 2 Banthas and 2 DPs.
Oh my god, that is gross. How does that even work?
It doesn't.
Twice.
Hera taking a shot at Hera.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ooh.
1,
think
2,
it's-
3, 4 damage. Looks like she's 1 off. Fortunately.
I know there's certain fanboys that would love this on here.
Oh, and
Yep.
on the lamb.
Ah. Alright, well, I mean, that'll definitely do it.
Rebel graffiti.
Okay.
But the last activation, I think there's still R2.
I think R2's gone. Looks like R2's
The,
gone.
the
Yeah.
other
Oh
R2,
no, R2 is still up, yeah.
the doppelganger R2.
Hey.
Yeah, so the R2 contests that terminal that ran over.
Indeed. Yeah. Very interesting game. I mean, it's interesting to see these different archetypes of Vader doing different things. Okay, so as I can see no movement, I'm guessing the game was called.
Yeah, I think we're just about over. But Isaac, there were no Vaders.
No Vaders?
Yeah,
No
you
Vaders
just
what?
said the different archetypes of Vader.
Yes.
Okay. I've been saying I've screened for too long.
Okay, guys. So that was that.
Soon we're going to be
game.
talking about how Rey then runs to C-3PO carrying his rocket launcher, slices the rocket launcher in half before force pushing Vader down a cliff, and then spends an action to get 40 victory points.
Wait, when did Skippy the droid enter the game?
And Jerkata's not dead. Surprise. Alright, so we are going to go on some kind of dinner break.
Alright, guys, you're on lunch.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to go off on a rant about heroic efforts, or something like that, otherwise it would probably be beneficial for all the hosts and the listeners if I don't talk